Once upon a time, there was a house without walls. And inside this house was a boy made of glass. The boy was filled with light and would sing a song inside the house without walls. This song was made of just one note. And when he sang his note, his light inside would get brighter, and one long, thin, powerful ray of light would come out of his glass mouth. There were 100 boys made of glass inside this house without walls. Each of them sang one note, and when they all sang, it sounded like this. The house without walls was where they would meet to sing. But each boy made of glass lived in his own house made of glass. And the only thing inside each house was sand. No water, no air, no light. Sand was packed tight into every corner of every single room. This way the glass knew where it came from, and the sand knew what it would be. They were happy together, the glass and the sand. And there was only enough room for the boy made of glass to just fit in when he came home after a day of singing in the house without walls. A tight impression was packed into the sand with the exact shape of the boy made of glass. This made the boy happy, and when he was happy, he sounded like this. The boy made of glass with light inside him would come home after a long day and fit into his exact shape. He would dream of sand and water and air and what he would be one day. Each grain of sand was one note, and he would wake up every morning with one more note from the house made of glass filled with sand to sing in the house without walls. He would meet the other boys made of glass at the house without walls to sing his new note. Every day they would all sing their new note, and when they sang that note, they sounded like this. One day, the boy made of glass dreamed about water, and when he woke up, he thought he was wet with light. He left his glass home full of sand and went to the house without walls to sing his note. All along, the path was a stream of light following him. Every few steps, he would stop and turn around, thinking the light was water disappearing into glass. The boy made of glass was so sure he was wet with light that for the first time, he sang his note before reaching the house without walls. The boy made of glass and the stream made of light stood still. As the ground became soft around him and melted into sand. As the boy was sinking into the sand, he sang his note, and a ray of light came out of his mouth straight into the sky. The stream of light continued around him as his ray of light reached the clouds just before he disappeared into the ground. And when he sang his last note, it sounded like this. He would never sing in the house without walls again, and his home made of glass and filled with sand remained empty where his body's glass impression had been. One grain of sand started moving away from the rest of them and began forming into a new boy made of glass. It would take 100 years for a new boy to form where the old boy had been. The house knew this and waited. There were many empty homes waiting for new boys made of glass. All the other boys made of glass in the house without walls would sing for each missing boy and his note. They would float and listen to the missing boy filled with light. And when they listened, it looked like this.